Hello everyone, so welcome back with another packet tracer topology. So today we are going to configure 2.4.1.2, and this skill test is required to configure a simple topology, and these are objectives that we have to configure, and this one is a dressing table we need to follow. Okay, now let me show you the actual packet tracer lab. So I'm going to start with a new user. Okay, so this one is the topology with two simple switches and two computers, and this one is the requirements we need to complete, and it's required 90 points to complete. Okay, so we are going to start with the addressing table. So the first of all, I will go to assign the IP addresses on the computers. The user 01, the IP address will be 128.107.20.25. Okay, so this one is the user one. We will go into the desktop IP configuration, and the static IP, it will be 128.107.20.25, and the subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. Okay, we can close this. Now for the user 02, for user 02 we have the IP address 20.30. Go to the desktop, IP configuration, static IP, and the IP will be 128.107.20.30, and 255.255.255.0 is the subnet mask. We can close this as well. Okay, now we just configured the IP addresses on two computers, and our complete is 32 points. Okay, now if we go down, these are the requirements we need to fulfill on the switch level. So the first thing, we need to set up the names on the switches. So go to the switch one, go to the CLI. The first thing is set the name on the switch. So I will go into the enable mode, configure mode, and the command will be hostname space the name of the switch. It is ASW-1. Okay, now the next one is use password for the all lines. So we have two lines. The first line is the line and other is VT line, so we will go one by one. So we are already in the configuration mode, so the next thing is go to the line console 0, password. The password is R4XE3, and we will issue the login command to work this password. Go exit. Now go to the other line, that is line VTY 0. So we have 15 lines, so 0215, same password, this one, R4XE3. Then we will issue the login command. Okay, the next point is set the secret password. So for this, command will be enable secret password C4AJA. Okay, now the next requirement is to encrypt the all clear passwords. So for this we have the command that is service password encryption. Okay, now include the word warning in the message of the day banner. Okay, so the command will be banner MOTT. Then we can set the banner like warning, this is secure device. Okay, the next one is configure the IP address according to the addressing table, and if we check, the switch 1 IP is set on the interface VLAN 1 and the IP is 10. So we will go into the interface VLAN 1 and set the IP address, and the IP address is 128.107.20.10, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. and after assigning the IP address, we need to issue a command no shutdown to enable this interface. Okay, now you will see the message that this interface is up. Now go back, and the next requirement is to save the configuration. So to save the configuration, we will go back into the enable mode and we will issue the command copy running config to startup config and hit the enter, and this will save the configuration from RAM to the NVRAM. Okay, we just complete the switch 1. Now we will go with the same settings for the switch number 2, this one. Okay, first thing, we need to set the name of the switch. To set the name, we will go into the configuration mode. Okay, the command will be hostname space switch name ASW-2. The next thing, we need to set the password for the lines, so we will go with the line console 0. Password is R4XE3, and we will issue the login command. Now we will set the password for the VTI line, so line VTI VTY 0. So we have 15 lines here, so 15. Password R4XE3 and login. Okay, the next is set the secret password. So enable secret, it's C4AJA. Now the next one is encrypt the clear password, so the same command, service password encryption. Okay, now we need to set the banner with the word warning, so command will be the banner MOTD, message of the day, and warning, this is secure device. Okay, now we need to configure the IP address. So the IP address of the switch number 2 is 15. Okay, now it's for the interface VLAN 1, so we will go into the interface first. So interface VLAN 1 IP address, it is 128.107.20.15, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Okay, after configure the IP address, we need to enable this interface by issue the command no shutdown. Okay, the last thing is to save the configuration. So to save the configuration, we have multiple commands. We can save the configuration, like we can type the commands copy running config to startup config. We just did for the switch 1, or we can use the short version WR, or it is the for the write memory, and hit enter. and it will save the configuration from the running config of the RAM to the NVRAM. Okay, so with this command our activity is complete and we can see 90 points are covered, and if we check the results, and this activity is complete successfully, and if we check the assessment items, our items are completed.